captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Turning white on me.
So close. It was. But win or lose, the great thing about gambling is winning. It's something that it's something you just keep trying, even if experience tells you not to. Like falling in love.
Like falling in love. Experience tells you not to do it. But we've all done it. Man, great words from the great late Norm Macdonald on sports gambling. Rambling, gambling, and bambling. He also said, win or lose. The greatest thing about gambling is winning. What a damn night. Shout out to Florida. A-Town stomping on Tennessee. I don't know how that joke fits, but hot ham. Turkey dog special. Probably the worst turkey dog whooping of all time. A week ago, there were 3 undefeated teams in the SEC. Auburn, now 14-1. Florida, now 14-1. Tennessee, now 14-1. Good news, though. Syracuse won. Anybody care? No? 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 Nobody. Nobody gives a hot ham. Syracuse gets their first ACC win last night. It's Wednesday, baby. And it's a new year, which means we got some golf popping off this weekend down in Hawaii. Hawaii? Never know how to say it like the locals. Used to work with a cat from Hawaii. Called himself the Animal. He'd get pissed off and literally bang his head on stuff. Never made sense to me. Never made. And then he'd talk trash like, I'm an animal. Every single time. He called off the next day. Hey, yeah, boss, I need a sick day. I don't know why, but my head's hurting. We never gave him any. We never made fun of him for it because we knew that would only lead to him hitting his head some more. But anyway, Sony opened bets to open the show here in about 60 seconds. Recap of the action last night on Super Bleepin' Tuesday. Shout out to Georgia. Yet, call me hard-headed. Call me the animal. I still don't think Georgia does anything this season. Still think they'll be about 500 in SEC play come first week of March. Think they'll be about middle of the pack. 11-9. 10-10, something like that. They will be dangerous, though, in the SEC tournament. And if they do make it to the big tournament, yikes. Better watch out. And you better not cry. Because Georgia's about to bust that ass. I mean, hot ham. Anyway, I get to all that in a minute. It's Captain by a Hook, baby, with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare down greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a fantastic, fabulous, freezing, mostly cloudy Wednesday. I was about to say Thursday. The week's crawling in the mix. But anyway, got a good one for you. Got 3 bets for you. Try and get it back on track. Man, got some fun bets though for you right here in the Sony Open, baby. It's Captain by a hook. Some of these numbers might have moved. I guess I can look live right now. Get to some golf. But sorry. I don't know how to use this website, I guess. I don't know. I found it yesterday. Here it is. All right. All right now. Watch out. Sony Open bets. I'm just gonna read them from my notebook, even though they're right here. It doesn't look like anything's changed. I'm gonna start with the longest odds. Come down to the shortest. We all know at least one name. You might know two if you're a fan of the show. That's right. Going back to the well, betting on my boy, betting on my boy's boy. But we're gonna start off way, way down at the bottom. Keith Mitchell. Every now and again, he's in position to win, and I say every now and again, loosely. Keith Mitchell, 100-1 plus 10,000. Keith Mitchell to win the Sony Open down below. Not down below. It's not Australia, people. It's Hawaii. The next person I like. I usually go with Tom Kim. He's 18-1. Still like it. But this weekend, I'm going Michael Kim. Never bet on the kid. Plus 8,000. I'll take a swing on it. Golf. Swing on it. Anyway, people, let's stop being ridiculous here. Stop being ridiculous here. Michael Kim plus 8,000. And then we're going to go with my guy, Tom Hoge. Tom Hoge. Tom Hoge. He's 55-1 plus 5,500. And then for real, my guy. One of the glory days 2 years ago was betting on him in this exact tournament. Si-Woo Kim. I've bet on him every tournament since. You can get him towards, I don't want to say really the middle, but you can get him at a nice number. 33-1 plus 3,300. We're going to go Si-Woo Kim to win it. The 4 golfers we're going to win it. Keith Mitchell plus 10,000. Michael Kim plus 8,000. Tom Hoge plus 5,500. Si-Woo Kim plus 3,300. 33-1. And then top 5, I'm going to go chalky. 2-1. Give me the favorite to win it. He's plus 900 to win it. The second favorite is plus 1,600. Give me Hideki Matsuyama. He's my guy's guy. Not my guy, but he's my guy's guy. Hideki Matsuyama. 9-1. I'm going to ignore that. I'm just going to go to plus 220 on a top 5 finish for Hideki Matsuyama. Give me in the top 5, baby. Double me up. Triple me up. Give me a little nice 220 on that thing. And then also at plus 650, I'm going to go out on a limb and take Si-Woo Kim, my guy, to finish in the top 5. You can also get Si-Woo Kim plus 300 for the top 10. I'm not going to go too crazy on him. I mean, this isn't Paul Casey or anything. I used to go bananas It was a nice run during COVID. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but Paul Casey was like finishing fourth, third, or second every single time. I was betting him to win top 5, top 10, and he kept finishing top 5. So I was kind of just wasting money on the winning. But I'd always win the top 10, top 5 with him. I'm going to do the same this weekend with Siwoo Kim. Except I'm just going to do to win plus 3,300 and top 5 plus 650. Just to recap them one more time. We're going Siwoo Kim to win at 33 to 1. We're going Siwoo Kim top 5 plus 650. Hideki Matsuyama plus 220 on the top 5. Tom Hoge to win it all 55 to 1. Michael Kim 80 to 1 to win it all. And then Keith Mitchell 100 to 1 to win it all. Give me some long shots, baby. Taking some swings in the Sony Open in Hawaii. Gonna be a damn good one. There's some nice bets if you want to get in there and get your elbows dirty. As far as picking groups, Keith Mitchell's plus 188 to win his group. Golf is just, I mean, anything can happen, bro. I'd rather take the 100 to 1 on Keith Mitchell and hold my breath all weekend. But yeah, nothing really jumped out at me in the groups. Trying to see what Siwoo Kim or Hideki Matsuyama. Hideki's plus 130 to win his group. He has a tough one though. He's with Henley and Thigala. Henry and Thigala. But yeah, some fun ones down in Hawaii for the Sony Open. Let's recap last night. Crazy night. Bananas, if you ask me. College basketball at its worst. He thought I was going to say finest. UCLA. I'll get to them later. The gym was empty. Just a damn shame. This is the mighty, mighty Bruins. Cut the game on. I said, damn. I could have walked in for $1. College basketball, man. It doesn't seem like the players care, which in results. It's looking like the fans are not caring either. But anyway, let's get to it and get through it. Syracuse, baby, 62 to 55 win over Georgia Tech. Who gives a hot ham? A game everybody cares about. 12 and 12 for your boy Condon. Florida. Wow. I thought Tennessee would be the one playing defense in this game. It turns out Florida took a page from their book. Florida held Tennessee to 15 first half points. 73 to 43. At halftime, all you heard was finishing. I mean, hot. Sheesh. Anyway, Florida. Starting to believe more and more in this Florida team. Early in the season, I thought maybe the coach would get fired due to some scandals going on. I don't want to put anything out there, but it's out there. Look it up. Some women accusing him of some stuff. But Florida said, F it. We're 14 and 1. We'll deal with that in April. Florida 73 and 43. I'm starting to believe. Still not there yet. Florida and Georgia, like I said, call me hard-headed. Still don't believe these teams are going to do much. Auburn 87 to 82. Good, not great. Kaluma for Texas. He dropped 34 points and 8 rebounds in the losing effort. Johnny Broome for Auburn. Double-double with 20 and 12. 87 to 82. Auburn wins by 5. Believe the number was 10.5. Couldn't get there. But they were doing good early. Auburn kind of let off the gas. They were up 12 at the half, 39-27. Let Texas get back in it. Gave up 55 second half points. That's un-Auburn-like. But hey, you get the win, and you're 2-0 in SEC play. Hats off to Auburn. Iowa State, baby. They cruise by Utah. The Utes. Iowa State now 3-0. Iowa State 82. Utah 59. Pittsburgh and Duke. I thought Pittsburgh would keep it close. Duke now 5-0 in SEC play. Cooper Flag is what Cooper Flag was supposed to be. 19 points, 10 rebounds. Duke 76-47 win. Held Pittsburgh to 24 and 23 in each half. If you hold a team under 25 points in a half, you're playing some hot ham defense. Georgia. Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Man, had way too much on Kentucky for me to be proud of. Georgia, 82. Kentucky, 69. Kentucky. The refs gave them at least a dozen bad calls. Can't blame the game on the refs. The kids need to bring some damn energy. Kentucky just didn't look like that. They looked like they was up 50. They down. You losing, bruh. And they never really got it rolling. Never saw any intensity. Never saw any energy. Never saw any give a damn out of the Kentucky players. I mean, hats off to Georgia though. They went stretches in this game where they just did not miss. 3, mid-range, floater, dunking on your ass. They were putting the ball in the bucket at a high rate, and Kentucky just couldn't keep up. But I never saw Kentucky like, I don't know, just never saw like a, hold on now, bro. They ain't finna just blow us out. It was more like, they're blowing us out. I don't know. We'll jack another 3, I guess. It's official. I don't know who the hell winning it. The last 2 years in November, I knew UConn was winning the championship. This year, I think I tried to force that moniker on Kentucky. See how they come back. See how they finish out the month. But it's anybody's game now. I mean, we're going to see a damn 11 seed win this thing this year. It's going to be some crazy madness come March. But hats off to Georgia. 82-69 win over Kentucky. Marquette. They ran into Georgetown last night. Both of these teams were undefeated in Big East play. Only one would walk away still undefeated. And it was Marquette, baby. Marquette down 9 at the half. Georgetown came out swinging. Marquette said, hold on, bruh. Let's put you in the gates of HE double hockey sticks. Locked them up the second half. Marquette ends up winning this thing by 8, 74-66. I thought I told you. Marquette would win, but not cover. Georgetown covering, baby. 12-3 for Georgetown, 3-1 in the Big East. Wow. Marquette 5-0 in the Big East, 14-2 on the season, getting better every day. Mississippi State 14-1, now 2-0 in SEC play. They took on a tough Vanderbilt team. I did get my eyes on this game, and yes, Vanderbilt still has the craziest court I've ever seen, and I love it. They ended up losing by 12 though yesterday. Just couldn't get it going in the first half. We're down 11 at the half. Lost by 12. Vanderbilt, they're now 13-2. Mississippi State 14-1. Excuse me, 2-0 in SEC play. Arizona 6-5 a little bit ago. The sky was falling. They come out hot in conference play. Feels like they've been waiting for this. Arizona's now 3-0 in Big 12 play, and they are playing some damn good basketball. They just beat a good West Virginia team last night by 19 points, 75-56. Arizona, watch out for them. They're going to be that team that everybody gave up on, and they're going to come back and slap somebody. Utah State, good, but not great. 85-78. Utah State, though, 15-1 on the season, 5-0 in Mount West play. Excuse me, this is a morning show, people. Utah State, maybe one of the best teams in the country. They need some more respect for what they are doing. Even though they only won by 8, this game was never, and I mean never, close. They ran through San Jose State. 5-0 in Mount West play says a whole hell of a lot. Utah State looking to win the Mount West 2 years in a row. St. John's, the Giannis, they took on a tough Xavier team. I keep saying Xavier is a tough team, and they just keep on losing. Xavier now 9-7, 1-4 in Big East play. Probably time for me to stop saying this is a tough team. St. John's though 4-1 now in Big East play, 13-3 overall. They put up 41 points in both halves, 82-72 win for the Johnnies. How you love that? Louisville, baby. Pat Kelsey getting them right, getting them tight. 11-5 thus far on the season. They took on a really good Clemson team, and they beat them by 10 at home. Louisville now 4-1 in the ACC. Clemson also 4-1 in the ACC. 74-64 win for Louisville. It's a pretty good game. I kept expecting Clemson to come back and bite them. Louisville kept the energy, kept the momentum. Hadley for Louisville, 32 points, 10 rebounds, huge double for the kid. Cincinnati, man, Cincinnati, Santa Clara, two teams that kind of been a disappointment this season. Cincinnati started off hot. They were 10-1 going into Big 12 play. Since starting Big 12 play, I mean, they just been getting uppercutted, DDT, stone cold, stunned, choke slammed. I don't know. Cincinnati, 0-3 now in Big 12 play. Baylor, every time you want to count them out, they do something like this. They are also 10-4, yet they're 2-1 in the Big 12. 68-48, 20-point win. They held Cincinnati to 20 first half points. Was up 15 at the half, ended up winning by 20. Omier, Miami transfer, 18-10 for Baylor. I like Baylor, man. Something about experience. You got Jeremy Roach, who played at Duke for 3-4 years, and you got Omier, who played at Miami for 3-4 years. Both of those guys played big time minutes, not only in a tough ACC, but also in the tournament over their careers. And now they're both at Baylor. They'll figure it out. Baylor's one of those teams I wouldn't be worried where they come into the tournament. As long as they get into the tournament, they know what to do, and they can play with anybody. And we all know what their coach is capable of. He's coached some good tournament teams over the years. Oklahoma State beat Kansas State 79-66. In more news, nobody cares about. I'm kidding. Nobody cares. Nobody. Nebraska. Bryce Williams, 28 points. But Jay Dix for Iowa, 31 points. Iowa's now 11-4, 2-2 in the Big Ten. And Nebraska, 12-3 on the season, 2-2 in Big Ten play. Bryce Williams hits a buzzer-beating 3 to bring them to overtime. And I guess Nebraska thought they won. They did not show up for overtime. 97-87. Iowa put up 21 points on them in overtime. Wow, 21 points in 5 minutes. Impressive. 97-87, 10-point win for Iowa at home. Nebraska. Thought they was going to get them when they went to overtime. But they said hell to the no. Texas Tech. They beat BYU. BYU. I don't know. Lost the last two. 72-67. Texas Tech now 2-1 in Big 12 play, 11-3 on the season. Don't look now. I said don't look. Oh yeah, North Carolina, baby. They are 10-6. 3-1 in ACC play. RJ Davis, 26 points last night in the win over the Running Ponies. SMU, 82-67 win for North Carolina. They took care of business. They won this one early, 24-39 at the half. Ended with the same margin. North Carolina, now 3-1 in ACC play, baby. Don't count them out. I'm counting them out. Missouri, they beat LSU 83-67. LSU 11-2 coming into conference play now, 0-2 and 11-4. That's a fan. I was hoping to see LSU in the tournament this year. Probably won't happen. We got a Mount West team that's 5-0. That's not Utah State. It's New Mexico. Dent with 22.6 assists to lead New Mexico, the Lobos, to a great, huge comeback win, 61-53. This team was down 14 points at the half, only scored 18 first half points. They got in the locker room, looked each other in the eye, and said, "We don't come back. It's going to be some furniture moving in this one." They came out, scored 22 more points than Wyoming, held Wyoming to 21 points in the second half. New Mexico, 61-53 win after being down 32-18 at the half. 13-3 on the season for the Lobos, 5-0 in Mountain West play. I've been saying it for years. If you don't watch Mountain West basketball, you're not a college basketball fan. Boise State, speaking of the Mountain West, they bounced back from their loss against San Diego State over the weekend. Now they're 4-1 in Mountain West play after beating the Running Rebels of Las Vegas, UNLV, who is 3-1 in Mountain West play. Watch out now. Boise State 12-4, UNLV 9-6, 81-59 victory for Boise State there. And then St. Mary's, by the grace of whoever you believe in, St. Mary's, man, stopped us from going 0-3 last night. 14-3 on the season, 4-0 now in Dub CC play. They cover left and they cover right. 81-56, never a doubt on this minus. 14.5, ended up moving to 13.5 midday. I have no idea why. I did a top 10 and then everybody lost. So I'll holler at y'all next week. If you do want to see my top 10, check out staredownsports.com. Just type that in. Staredownsports.com. There's an article up with my top 10 every Tuesday, baby. Went ahead and banged that out yesterday after forgetting to do it on my show. But I had Kentucky 1, Tennessee 2. Now, you know that ain't right. I guess Auburn's the best team in the country now. I don't know. UConn making a case. Speaking of UConn, they got a game tonight against Villanova. That's going to be a game to watch. Let's preview some other games to watch tonight. It's captained by a hook, baby. DePaul. They're taking on Seton Hall. Seton Hall is minus 2.5. If I had to do it, and I don't have to do it, but if I had to do it, give me Seton Hall minus the 2.5. DePaul's a team I can't really gauge. They played UConn tough and then got blown out by Villanova. DePaul taking on Seton Hall. Give me Seton Hall minus 2.5 if I had to. Now, this is a fun one, and this is a weird one, and this is a game I'm going to regret betting. If it loses, I'm not giving out my bets yet. Scroll past that one. A little teaser for you. We got Loyola Chicago. Chicago. They're taking on LaSalle. If I had to do my thing, I wouldn't. But I do like Loyola Chicago on the road. Minus 1.5. Little small favorite there. All you gotta do really is win, baby. Win. Rich what? Richmond. They're plus 11.5 tonight against a good George Mason team. 11.5 feels too big. I like Richmond to cover that 11.5. Florida Atlantic on the road taking on Charlotte. I like Charlotte to keep it close, but 5.5. I don't know if they keep it that close. Give me Florida Atlantic minus the 5.5 as the lean there. USC taking on Indiana. Oh yeah, we're talking Big Ten basketball, baby. Indiana's minus 6.5 at home. USC on the road. I love Musselman, but I don't know. Indiana's rolling right now. They've been beating everybody lately. 6.5 on Indiana. I can't bring myself to bet on the out of shape stud superstar that is Ballo, whatever you call him. Call him a pizza. But anyway, Indiana minus 6.5. If I had to do it, that's what I would do. Haven't seen much from USC. Seen some pretty good things from Indiana. Can they do it consistently though? We got Drake on the road tonight, and you know that we love the Drake. They're taking on Bradley. Give me Drake plus 120. Drake's only got one loss on the season. I don't think they're losing to Bradley, if you know what I mean. Drake plus 120. I like that bet a whole hell of a lot. Talking some SEC real quick for these next two games. We got South Carolina hosting Alabama. Alabama minus 9.5 on the road. Yikes. It's about right though. This is the same thing that happened last night with Auburn and Texas. It's the same number I got pretty much. Double digit win for the road team. Only problem is Auburn only won by 5. Alabama taking on South Carolina. Bet them to win by double digits. I just can't do it. But I definitely think that the number's right. No way Alabama should be anything less than double digit favorites against a South Carolina team. But South Carolina was really, really good last year. We'll see what happens tonight. If you had to do it, Alabama minus 9.5 probably get you there. Probably get you there. This next one, oh my gosh. No matter what the numbers say, the gut will always tell you something different. Old Mississippi on the road taking on Arkansas, the worst coach team in basketball. No, I'm talking about you, John. Arkansas is minus 3.5. You see Arkansas minus 3.5. You know the talent they have. We all know about Kyle. John. But Ole Miss is a damn good basketball team this year, and Chris Beard might be a better coach than John Calipari. Might be. I can't get there with any one of these teams. Arkansas minus 3.5 feels like a setup. Ole Miss plus 3.5 feels like a setup. I mean, we saw it last night. Road teams, no matter how good you are, Tennessee to Kentucky, you go on the road in the SEC, you better bring your A game. Not even your A game, your A plus game. You better bring your valedictorian. And I don't know if they can do it. Arkansas. If I could bet the money line, I probably would just because they're at home. But I'm not going to lay minus 175 on Nathan. Nothing. Nada. St. Joseph minus 2.5 on the road taking on Duquesne. I like St. Joseph's to cover that. Got a few more. Florida State. This is a fun one. This is a game I do want to bet actually. Florida State taking on Miami. I want to take Florida State on the money line. Miami struggled all season. Interim head coach. Florida State's been looking good, looking polished. But the only game I watched from Florida State was against Syracuse. So there's a few grains of salt on that. I'm going to stay away and watch this one. Just peruse Florida State's game tonight against Miami. But I like plus 105 on the money line for Florida State. Call me crazy, but at least you're calling. I don't know. Scared of road teams now. They just don't bring it like they used to. You know? Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, they're on the road tonight against NC State. That's North Carolina State. NC State minus 2.5 at home, taking on a tough Notre Dame team. I think me calling any team tough is my way of saying they lose by a little, not by a lot. Notre Dame lost by 1 to North Carolina on Saturday. Now they're plus 2.5 against NC State. I don't know. Like the Fighting Irish to win outright, plus 120, but I'm staying away from this thing like I see a dog in the backyard. Dayton taking on UMass, baby. Dayton's minus 9.5. Dayton has not been as dominant since they jumped into conference play as they were in non-conference play. But I do like Dayton minus the 9.5. But ain't no way I'm laying double digits with a road team right now. I'm definitely not laying it minus 120. Colorado just got that turkey dog spanked by Arizona State. Now here's a fun one. You flew to Arizona. Now fly to Central Florida. 4 days later, take on UCF. UCF is minus 5.5. I think Colorado gets slapped again, like UCF minus the 5 and a hook, baby. Had some fun running these numbers this morning. Not going to lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad this game's on Peacock. Getting some shine. I'll talk about that one a little later. A lot of games on Peacock tonight. Shout out. Usually I just have 2 games on. I see about 5 or 6 games on Peacock. Get this show on Peacock, people. Do what you gotta do. Captain by a hook. Butler. They're taking on Providence. 7:30 on Peacock. Providence minus 2.5 taking on Butler. Kim English looking to bounce back. I don't know. It's Big East basketball, bro. You got plus 120, minus 145 on the money lines. 2.5 point spread. Both of these teams are gonna knuckle up, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. If I had to do it, I don't know. I'm becoming not a fan of Providence. I don't know if that makes sense. They keep losing by a lot and starting fights. I don't know. Kim English didn't wear a sweater for Luke Harneska Day. Just didn't sit right with me. Give me Butler on the money line out of spite. That's what did you say? You can't return this based on spite. What's it matter? Seinfeld episode. For those wondering, North Texas, baby, the Mean Green basketball playing machines. They just played Memphis to the wire, and now they're 11.5 point favorites at home against Rice. I like Memphis to win this thing by 20. Definitely think they cover the 11 and a hook. Gonzaga. This is humorous. They're laying 30 and a hook. Gonzaga would have to win by 31 points tonight, and I'll be hot ham if I bet a team. I don't think they won by 25 yet this season. 22.5 point favorites. We'll win by 5. I will say they did cover for me on Saturday. I forget who they played. It was either Portland or Loyola Marymount, and they did cover a low. It was like a 13 though. They covered 13.5 or something like that. So 31, I'm straight, bro. I am gravy on that one. Illinois maybe the hottest team in basketball this week. They went to the West Coast and dominated. Now they're back at home. Brad Underwood in the game, laying 9.5 against Penn State. A tough Penn State team. Y'all get the picture by now. I like Illinois to win this thing. Not sure if they cover the 9.5. It's hard to beat everybody by double digits. I forget who they played last. Washington? I know they blew Oregon out, but they let Washington get back in it, only beat them by about 5. I think Penn State could stay in this thing. Illinois is minus 9.5, though. Whew, after what they did. I mean, if Penn State don't bring it, Illinois is going to beat them by 30. But there's a chance Penn State can bring it and keep it close. Texas A&M got a few more good games for you before we get to the bets. Texas A&M, they're taking on Oklahoma, the Sooners, at home minus 2.5. I'd have to take the home team in this one just because they are the home team. But Texas A&M, there's a 10 by their name for a reason. Oklahoma, same thing, but with a 17. Oklahoma minus 2.5. I would honestly, if you want to bet this game, you should. It's coin flip, basically. And hey, the coin could land on a 40-point win, never a doubt. Minus 140 on the money line. If I had to bet it, I would just lay the points and not worry about no buzzer beaters, no free throws, Nathan. Oklahoma minus 140 on the money line. Arizona State. Now, this reminds me of Pittsburgh Duke last night, where you think a team's going to keep it close and they don't. I feel like that's what's going to happen. They're taking on Kansas. Kansas at the Fog, at home. Haven't played at home since West Virginia. Embarrassed them. Not embarrassed. Embarrassed them. Kansas minus 14.5. Way too big. Give me Arizona State to keep it within 10. Kansas will eventually win. But I like Arizona State plus the points. We've seen them play a lot of teams. Very tough. Stanford, Virginia Tech. Who really cares about this one? I think the number is a little too big. 8.5. I think this game stays within 5, whichever way it goes. Virginia Tech plus 8.5. But damn, if I don't think I've ever bet on the Hokies in my life. San Diego State, baby. They're taking on Air Force. San Diego State, they've been looking like a well-oiled machine the last 2 weeks. Laying 21.5, though. No, thank you. San Diego State minus 21.5 or nothing in this game. For me, it'll just be nothing. And then we get a late one, a great one. If you're a damn geek like me, Virginia taking on California, a game that means absolutely nada. California laying 4.5. If I had to bet this thing, it'll be Virginia plus 4.5. But I got a problem with Virginia. Bet them a lot more than I should. It's my mother's name. I don't know. Just like it. Just like it. Get a stretch in before we get to these bets, baby. It's Captain by a hook. How you love that. All right. Got 3 of them for you, and I only like 2. Let me rephrase it. I got 3 of them for you. I'm just messing with you. And I only like 2. So we're going to start off with the one I like the least. UConn taking on Villanova. I don't know when they got R's in their name. Villanova, baby. Taking on UConn, hosting UConn. Villanova slight favorites, 1.5 point favorites. Money line is minus 115 towards Villanova, minus 105 towards UConn. And the last 2 weeks, Villanova has been beating teams down, jumping them, stomping them out. UConn. How do I put this? embarrassing, desperate, outright cringe, as the kids say. And yet, I can't bet against them. UConn on the road minus 105. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for one reason and one reason only. As great as Villanova's been, when UConn comes to town, I can see them forcing it, trying a little too hard, not smooth and groove. Shots not going to fall for them. They're going to get frustrated quickly, getting some foul trouble. I see UConn eventually dominating and breaking through. Give me UConn minus 105 on the money line in a bet I don't want to take, but I am. Yeah, you're right. UConn, baby, on the money line. Moving on to the next one. George Washington. They're on the road tonight against Rhode Island, a Rhode Island team who hasn't been this good since 1999. Give you young folks a quick history lesson. Rhode Island, a 12 seed in the 99 tournament with superstar. You're going to like this name. Superstar Lamar Odom leading the way. They ended up losing in overtime in the first game. Forget who it was. I don't think it was Oklahoma. Something like that, though. But Rhode Island, if I remember correct, they lost in overtime. First round as the 12 seed in 99 with Lamar Odom leading the damn way. I love Lamar Odom. I liked him in the league too, but I liked him at Rhode Island. I like when a superstar's at a small college just dominating. I wonder how much he got paid, huh? End up at Rhode Island. But anyway, Rhode Island. How many times can I say Rhode Island? Just give me the 5.5. I'm going to lay it with the home team. Give me Rhode Island minus 5. And the hook. That's my two bets. Now for my man Franklin, Earl, Beardwinaton. Give out his best bet of the day. I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horn. Hold on. Shout out to Mike Lowry. Franklin, Earl, Beardwinaton. You can call me Frank. We got St. Louis. You could find me in St. Louis rolling on dub, rolling up. Me mugs and shoulder shrugs, and it's all because accumulated enough scratch, navigated, fully decorated on chrome, and it's elevated. I don't know nothing about that, man. That's that young Nelly. Man, I can't believe I still remember that whole verse like that. Haven't heard that song in years. But we got St. Louis. Nah, I'm stopping playing on that. They're taking on the Bonnies. St. Bonaventures. Been the best team to bet on all season. 13-1 ATS. Doing damn good. This game's also on Peacock. 7 p.m. Plus 125 on the money line for the Bonnies. If you want to play it safe, they're 13-1 ATS. You can get them plus 2.5. Just in case they don't win, they'll probably cover. But I like St. Bonnie's outright plus 125. Shout out to Woj doing his damn thing since taking over the GM spot there. St. Bonnie's, best bet of the day. I'm taking the money line plus 125, plus 2.5, minus 110 if you want to jump in the pool with the lifeguard on. playing it safe. Hey, I ain't mad at it. The name of the game is winning. And honestly, it ain't how much you win or how much you lose. How long can you stay in the game? That's the trick. That is the trick. But anyway, just to recap every damn thing, it's captained by a hook, baby. Beautiful Wednesday, the 8th of January. We're going to go UConn on the money line. Yikes. I'm biting my nails nervous about that one, but I explained it earlier why I'm doing it. UConn -1.5. And then we're going to go Rhode Island. They're taking on George Washington. Rhode Island -5 and a hook. And then for the best better today, you can call me Frank. We're taking St. Bonaventures, the Bonnies, +125 on the money line, +2.5. Again, if you want to play it safe, 13-1 ATS. Why not take the spread? That's what they're guaranteed to do. And by guaranteed, Minnesota was 1-11 ATS before they covered against Ohio State. So nothing really matters. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. I appreciate it more than you know. It's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a Wednesday. It is the 8th day of the year, 2025. Tomorrow, my man, JCP will be here. Full breakdown. Dive in. We're crunching the number. We're taking props. We're looking at the math. We're connecting the dots with string. We're going to talk about the college football playoffs and wild card weekend that is in front of us. Oh boy, I'm geeked. Great time to be a sports fan. Again, thank y'all for everything. Looking to bring y'all some big stuff this year. Growing not only this channel and this show, but growing Stare Down Sports. The website got some merchandise coming for you. Don't know if you've seen me previewing some of it. This year is going to be a big one. Thank y'all for joining the ride. We're in year 3.5, about to be year 4 in November. So, again, just thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Anybody, even if this is your first time watching, thank you. For those that's been down since day 1 or day 100, it's been fun, hasn't it? It's been fun for me. Anyway, take all these wagers at your own risk, and please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs. See y'all tomorrow to talk some